Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I am your one of your hosts, Shae Zombie. It's nice to see everybody. And off to this side, we have the super awesome Cyborg Valkyrie. Say hey, Cy.
Hey, Cy. Hi, everybody.
I'm never gonna introduce you again. I'm just gonna be like, there's an asshole that sits over here. And of course, we lose Rob, and we get him back. This is amazing. This is so much fun.
The other one's still here. I just had to hide him.
We're having all of the super fun technical difficulties, so just bear with us while we make this work. But straight down below, we have the awesome Cal. Say hey, Cal.
Hey, Cal. Oh, I stole your joke, guy.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh my
And
God,
then we have the
this
super
isn't
awesome.
better.
we have the super awesome double Rob.
Sorry.
It's fine. I don't know which Rob is which.
I don't know what's going on. I got kicked out twice, and I had to jump back in.
Rob, but the real Rob blinked twice.
Jeez. I don't know which ones. Oh, there it is.
Which
That
one?
one's the noise.
The one to my left.
Rob, mute the Rob that you are.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully.
That
Wait.
was my alter ego.
Okay, good. I was like, we don't know that we have him until he speaks, guys.
It's such an awesome comic. Needed 3 Robs.
Look, you don't even understand. All right, so this is a great start. I'm really proud of us so far.
I'm going to get blacklisted from doing these. There's always some kind of problem.
No, Rob, we're just going to get you enough backers that we can get you to get better technology so you don't keep dropping.
Man,
It'll be fun.
It's everybody, no matter where I go, everybody in the house has a device, and
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's just soaking up all the Wi-Fi and I'm getting left out or what. I don't know what's going on, but I always have a bad connection. At home, my laptop has a beeping noise that pisses everybody off. This is the best I've had it right here on my daughter's iPad.
That's
No
awesome.
one is there
I love it.
Tell
Your
me that's
1-year-old
not-
daughters.
interrupted with all the Googling and stuff I do, I guess. So
Your 1-year-old daughter's stolen.
People have sacrificed for this stream. I don't think you guys are understanding.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, I feel like it is very necessary for us to say thank you very much to Rob's family for allowing us to steal him away during his vacation time so we can finally do our Shinobi Sasquatch stream.
So thank you, Rob's family.
Thank you, Rob's family.
they said go to hell. No,
Oh, that sounds about right. That sounds like a family.
They're not around here. I'll tell them. They probably say Merry Christmas.
Aw.
Holidays.
That's sweet of them. All right, so let's kick it off. Let's have Cal go ahead and start with the pitch.
All right. The pitch that everyone has seen a million times is worth repeating. A master ninja werewolf Bigfoot must thwart an evil cult scheme to enslave the Pacific Northwest.
Ooh, the Pacific Northwest. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
P.S. I'm in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there. I haven't been able to secure anything up there, but yeah, I want to go live by my boy, my big blue.
Nice.
That's your elevator pitch. No, that is a log line. An elevator pitch is more of the overview here. But yeah, so he's a Bigfoot who back in the 40s or so became a ninja. And I'll just read it. Nearly 80 years ago, a chance encounter between a Japanese ninja master fleeing internment camps and a curious young Sasquatch. This sounds kind of. I need to. You know what? The snickering. The snickering. You're right. It sounds like it's going to be like a furry novel or something. Oh,
I did
no.
not say that. I did not say that. I was just thinking of how
The
incredibly
tone of the snicker.
how incredibly imaginative it is. So.
It
Yeah.
really is.
He's,
I
go ahead.
was gonna say I talked about this. I just came from like a get together or whatever, and I mentioned this because I was like, you guys understand, I'm going to be doing this like with the big blue Sasquatch, werewolf, ninja, guy. And they were like, what? And I was like, it's so cool. You don't even know. And I had to like pull it up, and they were like, this art is amazing. What did you say he was? I was like, he's all the things. Just go with it. He has everything.
Yes. So curious. He's curious in a very, very innocent way.
I'm curious.
Not
let's. Never mind. Just never mind. No, too early. Keep going.
So I'm go off script here. So because who knows what else I wrote and forgot about. He was saved from a couple of hunters by this ninja master guy who's kind of out like Rambo style, just living in the wilderness. And so he gets trained as a ninja master. Somewhere along the line, he runs into Cain, the first werewolf. They battle it out, and he gets inflicted with the curse of lycanthropy. And now you have an unstoppable killing machine with a conscience in Shinobi Sasquatch. His kind of the bane of his existence is this organization called the Ass. They are the Awoken Soul Society, and their
pain is ass.
They're a pain in his ass. There's actually a line in the comic where he says like, I had to go sniffing around the ass, and then he goes, oh no, I don't. He basically says, I don't speak that, like I don't speak in crude ways like that. He explains what it really means, but yeah. So they're like a clandestine, like kind of like Illuminati if you mixed them with like Lovecraftian old god worshippers, and they kind of run the world from the shadows. And in the Pacific Northwest, the chapter of that region is run by a guy named Wade DeMarco, and he's got this plot to enslave the entire region and mobilize everybody in the Pacific Northwest as kind of like this mindless zombie army to take over the world. And so that's what's on the line in book 1.
Would you say that they're a big organization?
Oh, they're a huge ass. Huge.
Because I don't know how recently you've been to the Pacific Northwest, but let me tell you, there's a lot of huge ass around here.
Oh my gosh, we're never getting past this.
No.
Oh, this is good. So I was not prepared for that, and I've been following this since I very, very first saw you guys post anything about it, because honestly, like the stories, it's ridiculous, but in the best possible way. Like there's just so much, and it kind of makes me think like, how much more are we gonna shove into a book? Like it's kind of crazy. And then you go and you see all of the art that Rob has done for it, and it just turns into, okay, now I just really don't understand what the fuck this is, but I'm gonna just, here's my money, I guess. Like just give me all of the stuff.
Nice.
Awesome. That's
Eric
what we're hoping.
Butters,
We're hoping everyone does that, because it's a good book. I mean, I know how to tell a story, and Rob knows how to draw some great art. Paul knows how to.
He's
color.
okay.
All these things are creatively interwoven into this book, so it's not going to seem like a big pile-on of ideas. It's actually going to be put together very well.
Thanks, Rob.
It'll all make sense.
It'll all make sense.
So, is it still 84? Did you edit that after you hit the stretch goal to expand?
It is. Yeah, I finally did edit that. I know I left it at 60 something for a long time.
Right.
So 84 is the current number.
Accurate before I highlighted it. Sorry.
Yeah, 84 is right. I think 12 of those are flashback, like all black and white flashback pages.
Oh, cool.
No.
Nice. I like that. I like the differentiation between like what's actually going on being in color and the flashback being black and white. That's really neat. And obviously, Rob's line work and everything doesn't really need color.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people wanted the black and white. So, yeah, we did the black and white version, but if you only got the color, you're still going to get 12 pages of, pure line work.
And you did the required comicscape thing and, have Eric Weathers.
Right.
He does
Yeah, right.
everything. Every single thing. And I feel like with this word in your concept, I should see a tweet about this campaign every hour from Malin.
I know, right?
All about the lycanthropy.
Uh-huh.
So, before bag of swag. I love all the puns. By the way, I loved you're probably the first campaign I saw that just really got into the branding of what you're doing. And so like when you put out like the Squatcher Gazette and all of that, oh my gosh, I love all of the cute little updates and like it looking like it came straight out of a newspaper and everything. And then it all of a sudden you'd read and be like, oh my gosh, we got more pages. And it was like, this is not what it looks like, but that's super cool.
I'm glad you enjoyed those. Whenever I put something out like that, it's hit or miss for me. Like if some people like it and some people just pass by it. So
I still say on the t-shirt tier that you have on the back of that, it needs to say Squatcher.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's got to like right across the shoulders. You got to say like Shinobi Squatcher or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll look into that.
I mean,
or like Squatch Watcher or something.
Yeah.
You and I got to talk, Rob, like Cal, because we've been talking a lot about this, and I saw what Rob drew, which is phenomenal. Like everything that Rob draws, that's really annoying. Anyway, so I think that I definitely think that it could be a really badass. Like we talked about this a while back, but it could be a really, really, really cool T-shirt for sure.
We have. Oh, go ahead.
No, I by all means.
Okay. I was gonna say we have another idea for more like a simpler art on the shirt, but it would be something like I don't know if you've seen those shirts that have like how to do something, and then you have like 3 steps, and then usually it's like stick figures or whatever. But so we have one like the how to get in shape, the Shinobi Sasquatch way or whatever, and it's like chase a killer, eat a killer, and I forget what the steps were. Maybe Rob remembers, but
I don't. We talked about it about like 2 months ago.
Yeah, it was a while back, but
then
he'd be flexing.
I have to look through my notes.
Yeah.
Chase a werewolf, eat a werewolf, become a werewolf, become part werewolf. You'll be able to buff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, something. Yeah, just something that's like so Rob doesn't have to do any crazy art, for it, but you'll still still be like a sketchy, cool little Rob Willis.
Yeah, I do cartoons too. I do simple stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that would look like.
Make it look more playful.
The early, your early concept work for Shinobi Sasquatch is a lot more cartoony than where you landed. Yeah. I like that style a lot. Actually, I mean, I'll be honest. I like this style and that style pretty much equally. This one's a lot more detailed and it'll be better for some. It'll be better for some of the like the more serious moments in the book. There are serious moments, believe it or not. But the cartoony style is awesome too. It'd be great to do like a cartoon in that style, like a TV cartoon.
So for sure. You guys probably think I'm stopping here for the boobs, but I was going to say that I really love how far you push the perspective distortion on her face with her open mouth here, because I mean, if you look at it, her face is normal proportion, but just the fright and the motion of this, plus the motion blur in this panel.
Holy crap. Awesome. Okay, scroll back up for just a second. I've looked at this panel I don't know how many times. This is the first time I've seen his glowing eyes in the background.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, you got the outside perspective in the big panel, but it's an actual complete flip around on the lower panel. So you're looking through the wolf's vision. Down at that lower panel, that's tunnel vision for the wolf.
Oh, that is cool.
You're seeing what he's seeing in that bottom panel.
I just got to tell you, I would much rather have the front view than this view.
I feel like his pants need to be a little bigger.
Even with this.
Yeah.
That little bit of this does not make up for all of that.
That's like 3 times the amount. Let's be real. Oh my goodness. And if you scroll down a little bit more, another one of my favorite panels that Rob did. Yeah. Is this little one down here where she's got the look of like, what the fuck just happened with all the blood across her face, and she's just like, thank you.
She's in shock. I don't know if I'd be saying thank you yet. Like, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, she totally covers her mouth to hide any sound whatsoever. She's like, don't notice me. Don't notice me.
She's like, maybe he only saw the big dude.
Yeah.
Maybe all that ass came in handy for the other guy.
Maybe he'll be full. Maybe he's just going to be too full. Well, that's great. When you see the next one, you see him like look over and she's like,
no.
Hi.
Oh, and now she covers.
she just realized that she ran all the way through the woods in her underwear.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even realize that either until just now. That is such a like throwback to classic nostalgia kind of horror films where the girl like runs out of a cabin and she's half naked and you're like, who does this? Who runs through a forest like this?
Yeah, I actually in my mind I have it all explained for myself, but I wanted to leave it because this is supposed to be like, it started out kind of like a Friday the 13th thing, you know, a masked killer chasing a girl who's for some reason in her underwear in the forest in the Pacific Northwest, which makes no sense at all. I wanted to feel that way. Like, why is she running around in the forest naked? And so, yeah, I have it explained in my head because I need it, but yeah, I'll leave the mystery for you guys.
That is some perspective there.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that was her.
That's the other thing. Right? Like, he can jump.
Yeah.
So the other thing I really noticed that I love, Rob, is, like I said, I've been following this forever. And this is probably one of the very first campaigns that I backed when I started backing indie comics. Nice. Your guys' I think was the first or the second one that I actually backed.
Thank you.
Awesome.
But I've been staring at these panels for months and months and months, and I still am finding like little tiny bits of detail that I didn't see there before, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh my gosh, like this just got 10 times cooler. Like just like the eyes. This is the first time I've stared at that panel for so long. This is the first time I've seen those glowing eyes in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's so
things
cool.
In there. I try and put some cool little details in when I can.
I mean, you definitely put a lot in there.
I had to tell Paul to make them glow a little bit. At first, they were just kind of flat, and I was like, "Man, nobody's gonna see those eyes."
Yeah.
So Paul lit them up a little bit, so they would stand out at least a little bit more, and people still miss them. So, yeah.
Well, and your colorist is Paul Billick.
Yeah.
He definitely does a good job. Like your lines are already really, really great and everything, but like this glow that he has on the fire and everything, like the panel feels hot.
Yeah, he did.
Very happy.
He did like, I think he did some color holds on those so that the black isn't. Yeah, because the black isn't all the way black.
Blowing out.
Yeah, it looks so good. By the way, I think he's almost done with the double page spread that we dropped a couple weeks ago. So his computer is having trouble. I haven't told you this, Rob, but his computer is having trouble because it's such a big image. The two pages together. Yeah. That he's like his computer lags every time he does anything. So he's like,
oh no.
Remember before his problem was his monitor wouldn't go more than like 10% bright or something.
Yeah.
So now he's got a computer that works, but even with 8 gigs of RAM, it's still lagging on him, poor guy.
Damn, Rob.
It's a lot of lines.
There was a lot of little stuff going on in that double page spread.
And it's awesome.
I can understand that. A lot of line work, a lot of extra texturing and stuff like that. That's probably difficult to pick up.
Yeah.
So I just gotta ask.
See it.
Are these just random like witchcraft chicks, or are these two members of Ass?
These are, without giving too much away, these are hipster witches.
Okay.
And the what's going on is related to the Ass, but you'll have to read the comic to find out how.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's no. I'm so tempted just to reveal stuff, but I know people will be mad if they watch it and like.
Don't you ruin this for me, Cal?
Yeah.
If you're gonna run something, at least let me put up the banner that says Red Valkyrie exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an exclusive. I want to discuss this. Maybe we can make something canon tonight.
Oh, okay.
There's been a few nicknames for Shinobi tossed around, but I've heard two people say this name over the last month, and it's really, I like it, and but it's Shinsei.
Oh yeah. Daniel
said it, and then somebody else said it to me on a message, and I was like, man, that one's. It just makes sense, and it's like the first letters of both his names plus it's like Sensei, but it's Shinsei, and I could see maybe the girl calling him that or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like your pet name,
right?
Yeah, I like that name. Because you say Shino, and then somebody else said Nobi. I think Vaughn, and I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna call him Nobi.
I think Shinsei is probably the best one I've heard so far. In my opinion.
I didn't like it when I read it because I was reading it Shinsa, but I like Shinsei. If we're gonna pronounce it like
sensei.
Yeah, Sensei, but Shinsei. I think that's
right.
Good.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, my vote is a yes, but I don't get a vote in this.
Well, this is something that the fans have all the vote. You know, like we've been calling him Shino for so long that just not because it was a nickname, but just to shorten Shinobi Sasquatch.
Yeah, it's a lot to say.
In the script, it says Shino because. Yeah, and if you put SS, people think you're a Nazi. So
yeah.
Well, and Shin Squaw sounds weird.
Yeah. So
I like Shinsei.
Shinsei.
That sounds wrong.
So really quickly before we continue, I know Rob's time is limited, and there's a question in the chat. That pertains to art and what stage it's at completion. So I just want to throw this out there for him.
I have a lot of the book penciled already. Pretty detailed pencils. But I may go back and do adding in some extra hatching and things like that. Not a lot of the backgrounds are done. A lot of times I'll do the backgrounds as I'm inking anyway, especially if it's nothing real technical. But most of the penciling is done. As far as like really tightening it up, I don't always do that. But if I'm going to display the page or there's something really awesome on it I want to show off, I will go tighten all the pencils up before I ink. So come the first of the year, I'm going to be pretty much going nuts with the inking, I think. Our deadline is August, and we'll meet that. So
I think this was specifically about the drawn-in tiers, and if you've hit any of those yet. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I've got sketches of like layouts of where people are going to be, but I don't have their actual identities and everything all detailed yet.
Got it.
I got to go back and really study those pictures. I've got them all sitting in Dropbox, so I'm gonna kind of analyze them a little bit and see who fits best where, and get them there. If anybody, well, I guess it's not really possible. I was gonna say if anybody had any like specific requests, but it's kind of hard because nobody knows
exactly
where they're gonna be. So.
Right.
But,
I want to hold a banana so I can say that I'm the one with the banana or something like that. Like, well, it's not gonna work, so we're not gonna do that.
I want to live. I want to not die. Oh
my gosh, it's so pretty. I can't.
Yeah.
So just to let you guys know, the original time we were going to have you guys on, I do thumbnails for all the streams, obviously, and so I look on the campaigns for art to use, and this was your top image, and this was also in the campaign. So I'm like, I'll just use this one. Yeah. Let me tell you, that is a regrettable choice, because if you look at your actual logo, and the colors used in it, this did not show up worth a damn.
Oh, right.
Once I stuck it over the top of all that glow.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just not going.
She was having a hard time with it, but then I had a green screen and I stole it and I put it in the background and I was like, I'm on fire. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
But instead you guys get Christmas bow and Christmas tree because it's almost Christmas.
Yay.
So go back, Shinobi Sasquatch.
Yes, please.
And
have all kinds
plenty of time for next year.
Right, it's Christmas, but don't use that as an excuse that you're broke and your kids were more important. Things like that.
I'm buying it.
That's a load of crap.
If Rob can steal an iPad from his 1-year-old and promote the book,
come on.
You know you
treat yourself.
Deserve any toys.
you know they go on the naughty list. Come on. So instead, you guys got this as the thumbnail, and I moved your logo down. So.
Okay.
Oh, I love that one. That's fine.
Yeah.
So let's see. I was scrolling through the gorgeous glows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the last full page I'm going to put on the campaign.
Nice.
Everything else will be. We'll drop a page every once in a while, but backers will see everything, and then, well, at least they'll see some of everything.
So correct me if I'm wrong. That last image that Sai just scrolled past, is that your t-shirt image?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is it going to be in color?
Yeah.
I love it. I still say it needs to say Squatcher on the back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, I think that's a great idea. I'll look into the. It probably isn't too much more to put a word on it, right?
Nah.
On the other side.
Well, so if we're gonna go with what we were talking about before, I'm pretty sure that it's kind of a flat because they do like if you're gonna do front and back, it's kind of just a flat rate and it's really not that bad.
Okay, cool.
That's okay.
We'll see. We'll see if I can get him to get you a discount too, or if I put the order in and be like, "Yo, military," and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll see. I'll hook you guys up because you guys, I like you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Did you want to cover what you've unlocked so far since we're at 57,000 doll hairs?
Jeez, so awesome.
I will say, as much as I believed in the story and in Rob's art, I never thought we'd hit 50K just because of our reach. You know, they say that you'll do about 10% of your following will back you.
Oh, if you're lucky. EBS's numbers were actually lower than that.
Yeah. So 10% or less generally, and we have, you know, I think between the two of us, 4,000 or 5,000 Twitter followers, something like that, which isn't that. I mean, compared to somebody like EBS or something.
We didn't, but we didn't.
No, right. We had much less, you know, when we funded.
I was only a little over 1,000 when we started. When I didn't have that many followers when we started the campaign, and
I might be.
I don't know where you were. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I haven't even broken 1K, so. But then again, I also don't do anything.
You know what I realized?
Like I can't draw.
Well, it's kind of people are fickle on Twitter, man. They're like,
dude.
I noticed if I don't post something for like 3 or 4 days, I'll lose like 15 followers, and then I'm like, are they really going through the motion of unfollowing me because they haven't seen me post anything in a couple days? Or is it people that are like maybe getting banned or I don't know, or logged out or something? I don't know, but it seems like. But when I post something, I always get new followers. So maybe it's just, you know, Twitter. Maybe it's
a great equalizer.
Well, yeah. And you're like, okay, so 5482 total because you know Rob's way over me. I'm at like 1850 or something. But the more people you have, the more people follow you. The more followers you have, the more keep following you, and a lot of them are following for a follow back. So if you don't follow them back, they'll drop off anyway. I see that pretty constantly.
Yeah.
If you want the really fun one that happens when you're a girl that shows your face, you get a lot of the sugar daddies that are like, "Can you be my sugar baby? I'll pay you." And I I had one guy who said he was going to pay me $5,000 a month, and I was like, can you pay it to this, like, PayPal that is not attributed back to me?
Yeah.
Just in case. And then a guy immediately after that was like, yo, girl, I'll pay you $1,000 a week. And I was like, dude, another guy beats you by $1,000 a month. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, send him my way. I could use that.
That's what I told her. I was like,
I 1,000% could use the money. I just don't trust it. And being military, I kind of don't want to like explain falling off the back of a truck money.
What do you really want? I mean, how much effort would you? No, it's dangerous.
Well, they put a lot of effort into checking us out.
I'm gonna be terrified when my kids start getting on Twitter and Facebook. Actually, they're never gonna. I'm not gonna let them. If I can prevent it, I will.
Small denominations, unmarked bills,
Yeah.
plain paper bag, and leave it in a bus locker.
Oh my gosh, no, horrifying.
Did we actually want to cover these stretch goals? Or
why they're following you.
What'd you say, Rob? Hold on.
You got to be kind of wary of who's following you and why they're following you.
Yeah.
I want people to follow me strictly because of my art. I mean, that's it. I don't want them to really follow me.
And whose random group DMs you're going to get dragged into.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So many really weird ones. I think we had, Sai and I both got added to one with a bunch of 16-year-olds that are like, this is for YouTube creators. And I was like, what? Why am I here? Like, I could be all of your parents.
Oh.
You have 6 subs, 6 videos, and all of your videos were added a month ago.
Just so bizarre. The internet is a scary
sad
place.
Is those kids probably have more money than all of us.
I know. I work so hard, damn it.
They certainly have more time.
Yeah.
Man, but I can't.
Like, the kids love that stuff. Kids, they just... Some of the stuff on YouTube, like, there's... My 17-year... I'm not 17. My 7-year-old, 8-year-old now, nephew, watches the most bizarre crap on YouTube. And I'm like, what is this? It's like cartoons, but they're saying some really crazy stuff. And, like, you gotta be careful, like what your kids are watching. Because you roll past and you're like, he's watching cartoons. But then the cartoons are like, kill your friends and da-da-da. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I noticed that...
And they think it's funny, kids. They're like, ha ha.
I noticed that when I was paying attention to a couple of the Nick, like, either Cartoon Network or the Nickelodeon, like, cartoons and stuff that were on. I'd just randomly one would come on and I'd be doing something else, and all of a sudden I'd hear something inside. And I was like,
yeah.
What age is this for?
Well,
I was like, is this Adult Swim? Did it switch to Adult Swim and I wasn't paying attention? I was like, no, it's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. This isn't Adult Swim.
They create their own stuff like Sonic, and they use like video game like Sonic and Mario, and they'll do their own
voiceover. Yeah,
do their own dialogues and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy, and the stuff they say is off the wall.
Yeah, kids. I can't even.
Hit it.
Okay, so we're going to go over stretch goals.
Okay.
So at 14K, you guys got the super talented Eric Weathers to letter, which is super awesome. 15 perfect binding. So we're getting perfect binding with this, which is super awesome too. I love perfect binding over just the standard. It makes the book feel so much more quality.
Yeah.
20K, you upgraded to interior paper. Do you know off the top of your head what weight you went with?
I don't.
I was
at the baseline, like the median, like kind of standard page, and I clicked the next one up. I don't remember what the numbers were.
Usually the base is 70, and usually the next one up they tend to do is usually 80 or 85.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's probably 80-ish is what I would assume, but yeah.
Yeah.
So when you guys hit 30K, you bumped the book up to 68 pages.
Yeah. Three of those are fan art.
Ooh.
Two fan art contest winners, and then one page will be like the runner-up. Just a few,
Which we still need to announce.
Yeah, we chose them a long time ago and never announced them because I don't know.
I mean, if you know them right now, we can do another exclusive, and you guys can just.
Rob would have to look that up on his phone.
Damn it, Rob.
Well, it's not like he's using his phone right now.
No,
He's using his 1-year-old's iPad. He can do it.
It's gonna be complicated for me right now.
You know, I feel like you've had enough trouble. Let's not complicate your life anymore.
You'll drop another 3 times. It'll be
We're going to have 38 Robs in here, despite the fact that StreamYard can only have 6 people. It's very confusing. So at 35, you got Donald DeLay to do a print for you. I'm assuming it's this one?
Yep, and that's colored by Narwhal.
That's awesome!
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I like it a lot. The eyebrows. Dude, those eyebrows are so serious.
Yeah, I love the face.
Can he use those as weapons?
I've never thought of that.
They look like he's gonna like skewer or something.
Yeah, those look like shish kebabs.
Yeah. During the design process for those, I was thinking like, okay, we're thinking of like the long mustache, and I was like, no, just give him some long eyebrows. And then the long eyebrows, I was gonna do them like kind of droopy, like the kung fu masters and stuff, and then it just didn't look right. So I was like, let's make them a little more dynamic.
Well, the kung fu masters in the 60s and 70s, especially out of like Hong Kong, they were hairspraying the shit out of their facial hair. So that worked.
Yeah, you know, I love Donald. I love how he did his own style, like on those buckles on the like that. That's not part of the original design. He did his own thing, and I really dig it.
Yeah,
it looks so cool.
I like when people do their own, you know, kind of make it their own.
Well, and like the little smiley dude and his like very pronounced head with a bald spot and all that, and the giant belly. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, that big old keg belly.
I like it.
It's so awesome. And then at 40K, one of my favorites is Shinobi Sasquatch Monster MD mashup.
Yeah.
It's just like so badass.
That's looking awesome.
This was announced before Monster Hunt. What is that? Is it a Graveyard Shift? Lone Star.
Yeah, the crossover that Malin and I know.
Yeah, that's a strained crossover now, but but this was announced before that, and it's going to be cooler. So
should probably
I wholeheartedly agree.
We should probably edit that because the book is not being illustrated by me because I'm not going to have time to do that.
Oh, I never fixed that? Oh, I'll do that right now while we're talking.
It's going to be illustrated by the Monster MD guy, and I'll be doing the cover for the book.
And those pages look awesome. So
yeah, they look amazing.
It's going to be super cool.
Really good. The guy's doing a great job, and it goes good with the writing. So I was happy to hand it over to him. I wanted to do it, but the guy's doing a good job.
But see, the thing is at least you understand how much time you're able to dedicate to something, and instead of, hey, so we're doing all of this other super amazing stuff with Shinobi Sasquatch, and now I'm going to delay you guys even farther, and make sure that I'm the one that's doing this because ego or whatever. You're like, nah, I don't really have the time to, and I want to make sure you guys don't keep getting delayed. So we're handing it off to this other fantastic artist who is involved in the other project that the crossover is with. Like that. That's just being a good, artist and understanding.
I'm only human, so I'm not gonna say it for a couple seconds. I wasn't like, ugh. But no, it actually was a really good decision, and I'm happy that's the way it went because the animation that guy does is crazy. Like everybody's gonna be thrilled with the book, and I still get to go nuts on the cover. So I get my kicks too.
Yep, and if anyone watching the stream wants to hear the Monster MD side of the crossover, we did talk about that when we had our Monster MD episode, so please feel free to check that out, along with Shae's amazing cosplay.
My mediocre cosplay of Heidi.
Okay.
The next time I do, it'll be way better, trust me.
Don't make me bring it up.
Oh my gosh, okay, fine. Nope, scroll down. We're not going to bring it up. Sigh, seriously, scroll. She's being an ass. So at 45K, the cover goes fancy. What does that mean?
I don't know yet. We'll do it. It'll be cooler. It'll be cooler than before. I don't know. I don't know all the terminology, but you can do different stuff on a cover.
You mean like
add
you can
spot UV, embossing, debossing.
Yeah, foil.
Those things that you just said. Yeah, one of those things will be on the cover. At least one. I don't know. I'll look into pricing.
Hey, Cal.
Yeah.
Talk to us after this.
Okay.
We'll help you out with that. Sai's kind of a whiz with all that pricing. You bitch!
I had to re-upload it. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, you suck. Yes, that is my Heidi cosplay that was really slapdash, and I had so many issues with it.
I can see through your neck, okay? I think it's awesome.
Neck and my arm.
Well, I mean, the neck is the more impressive thing because it's kind of your neck.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Thank you. The next time I do a Heidi, because I actually really, really enjoy the character, and I had in my Amazon cart, I had literally everything I needed. Stacked, like almost exactly how he drew it. And then none of it was going to get here in time for the stream. And so I was like, damn it. I gotta put it all together. And no, Nuke, that is not toilet paper. It is a cut up bed sheet. Really, that's better. That's not any better. Okay, so at 50K, I love that you guys blew past this and it says, I mean, really, the odds aren't in our favor, but if we do make it, we will add 16 more pages.
Yeah, we weren't
to get You Are Awesome Backers an 84-page book.
Yeah.
That was supposed to not happen.
Aww.
So it's a wonder you don't have time to do the extra crossover 20 pages.
Yeah. And again,
84.
Now what are we going to do?
Seriously, going back to Rob's I'm only human statement, whenever we hit a stretch goal, I was like, oh God, are we going to be able to afford to send these books out? And that one especially, I was like, dang, man, my check probably just became very, very small. But we're over 7K above that now, so I think we're okay.
I think you'll be all right.
You'll be fine. Like I said, you get a little concerned or have some questions, you let us know, because we used to do this for people before people got upset, so we don't anymore officially.
There's no more stretch goals, right?
No, not unless we decide to add one.
Well, now that there's no more, I'm hoping once we announce that the in-demand closes down, that there's going to be a little rush, and we might get a few extra backers. Seems like that's the trend when you're letting people know that this is it. That at least if it's a decent book, which Shinobi Sasquatch is beyond decent.
Yes.
And we're both making sure of that.
Yeah.
I'm my own worst critic, so I'm not going to put anything in anybody's hands that I'm not 100% happy with, and that I know if I think they're not going to be happy with something, I won't draw it. So.
Yep. Well, and the thing is you see a lot of different quality of books that are coming through when you're talking indie comics and you're talking indie creators, and you have some stuff that looks phenomenal. You have some stuff that looks really questionable. And everything that we've seen with Shinobi Sasquatch definitely elevates this project as far as like the tiers of indie creators. You guys are some of the best.
I didn't used to buy a lot of comic books. There were specific books I would buy, and they had to be pretty amazing for me to buy them. For me to actually want to own it to where I could look at it over and over again. I'd go to the comic shop and I'd flip through some books, but they had to be really good. And that's what I'm trying to put together, because no, I'm not putting anybody down, and I'm not saying my opinion is what everybody else is. But, I mean, there's only about 2% of the indie projects that are out right now that I would actually buy.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's not always a factor of art. I mean, some stories are appealing and some aren't.
Right.
Yeah, I have people that I'm pretty close to on Twitter who I didn't back their book because I don't have that much money to back a lot of books, and it needs to be something that really appeals to me. And so there's a lot of stuff like I probably won't back most sci-fi. If it's like it's like more drama than it is anything else, I probably won't get it. Like it needs to usually be like supernatural, or like horror, or
actiony or something.
Yeah, or like super funny stuff. Like I want to read what I write. Like that's the kind of stuff I write, and so I want to read that kind of stuff.
It's funny because you're kind of like Shae, and I'm the exact opposite. If it's not sci-fi, then I have a hard time getting into it. And
really?
Yeah, and I have a really hard time with anthropomorphic comics. Though yours, I gotta say, does appeal to me, which is surprising. But I think the only other kind of non-human based main character that I've I'm gonna back myself into a corner. The one I think of off the top of my head is Oddity.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love Oddity.
Sweens.
It just seems like so much fun. And so on their stream, I actually tried to be their main character with the like purple hoodie and the little tuft of hair and everything. And I'm telling you right now, it was hilarious and really terrible, but whatever, it was fine. The thing that was funny about it is they were like, yeah, we wanted him to be like a lazy slacker. And I went, you totally nailed it. And they were like, what? And I was like, I don't want to do anything in this hoodie with my hair like this. I just want to chill. I was like, I mean, you guys want to talk about your book? I don't know, whatever. It was like you nailed the vibe, because I definitely am super unmotivated right now.
And they are Team Monster too. The Monster MD, Shinobi Sasquatch, and Oddity. They're part of that little trio. But
that's so cool.
I think they have like a stretch goal, or I don't know what, you'll have to ask them, but they have something that they want to do if they can. But yeah, we embraced them. Once we saw that book, we're like, man, that is cool.
Right?
His art is so unique.
Different.
Like it's good, but it's I don't mean unique like, oh, that's interesting. It's very unique, and it's like nostalgic, and I don't know why, but it's really, really cool.
Yeah, it reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Real unique, not your 4-year-old's art project unique.
Yeah.
You're so good. Like, no. And that's the thing is the three that you just listed off, Monster MD, Shinobi Sasquatch, and Oddity, those are in my top of the indie comic scene that I've backed, that I had to back. I was like, I don't care if I got to go sell plasma. Like, I'm backing these books. I want these books in my awesome. Collection. And I've gone the route of sympathy backing a couple of things, or backing because I'm friends with people, or whatever. And I gotta say, the very few handfuls of times that I've done that, it's bit me in the butt, and I've been like, damn, I could have backed something at a higher level, or I could have backed a different book, and instead I did this.
Yeah, I've done a couple,
nice. I just got my 2-minute warning.
Okay.
About 2 minutes left.
All right, Rob has the floor.
Oh, I don't have no. I don't want to be rude, but
no,
I don't want to just disappear. So I figure I'd give you a heads up.
Thank you, Rob. We very much appreciate it. And Nuke says to keep it up, and I would agree. Like, you're doing super awesome stuff. You just got shouted out by EVS not too long ago about like the person to go to for hatching if you want to actually understand good hatching versus crap. EVS was like, Rob would be the person to listen to.
Oh, wow.
He's talking about rendering fur. I thought he was joking at first, but then I was like, nah, maybe so. I think he likes my stuff, so maybe he was kind of serious. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a fan. He is
definitely a fan. It's like, and this is what's so funny is you're just so humble, but I'm telling you right now, you are, out of all of the indie creators that I see on Twitter and all the people I've talked to, your name, if somebody's going to talk about hatching or really, really clean line art, your name is the one that comes up first almost every single time. And it's because you are very, very talented. And I am so excited to see this project finished.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes.
Look, I know you're an artist. Artists need to actually hear it, because you guys don't ever tell yourselves that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I actually, every time I draw something, I look at what I could have done better. So I continue to improve, but I'm almost everything I draw, I'm disappointed in one way or another, and that's kind of what I focus on. I sit back and I like it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't like this, and I don't like that. Like I'd really pick out the stuff that I don't like, and it helps me for the next thing I draw. To try and capitalize on it.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the curse of any creator of any kind of thing. Like if I ever do a cosplay, I always pick out the stuff I didn't do right, or the things that I need to do better, or the things like this looks like garbage and I should have done that differently. And
any kind of craft or something you're into, you want to keep getting better at it, and you got to focus on where you need improvement.
Same thing with my writing. I edit. Yeah. I even go back now and edit it like ninja style. I don't tell any of my readers that I've edited it because I can edit it on the sly.
I love when I see like great artists that I look at their work and I'm like, oh, this can't get no better. And then like a year later, I look at what they're doing, and you can tell they've stepped it up. And it's better. I'm like, Jesus, how do they do that? But you gotta stay up on it. You gotta keep improving.
Absolutely.
Shae, I'm trying to find a picture of you in the Oddity cosplay. And
oh gosh, find it. No, we don't.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump off here.
No problem, Rob. Thank you so much for coming on. We loved having you. It was super great.
Thank you for having me on. I had a great time. This was fun, and I really needed a break from everything else too. So this was
super awesome. And we'll try to get you guys on again, or even just to shoot the shit creator style. Maybe we'll do a writer panel, we'll do a drawing panel, whatever. We'll see if we can get you guys back on.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Great. Bye, Rob. All right, have a good one. You guys later. Have a good night and happy holidays.
Happy holidays, you too. Merry Christmas.
Take it easy,
Merry Christmas.
Oh, and I just found this. This was the.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It just kind of disappeared.
Wow.
And I'm so sorry, Chris, we couldn't get to your question before Rob had to go, but I definitely I'll post it to him in my after show tweet and see if we can't get you an answer on Twitter.
What was it?
If you're he says, what is your figure drawing process? Which is something I would actually really like to know, because Rob does such amazing anatomy and everything. Like, granted, obviously, those muscles are never happening in real life.
Yeah.
Not supposed to, because when do you have a Sasquatch with lycanthropy?
Yeah.
That's also a ninja. Like, that's not a thing. So I feel like he can have whatever muscle structure he wants to have.
Right. Yeah.
That's not realistic.
Where are his organs?
I knew you were gonna say it.
Where are his organs? Damn it.
Yeah, there's a reason why like guys like Liam Sharp and Brett Booth and stuff follow Rob. I see them popping up on his comments on drawings sometimes. I'm like, dude, Rob, you have no idea how good you are. These pros, like these guys who have been doing it, in mainstream comics for ages, are looking at him going, wow, okay, that's really good. I'm so blessed to have like found him before anyone else did.
Right? I mean, you got in like at the perfect time. Like when he's like, yeah, I guess I'm okay, I can kind of draw, and you're like, oh, you're a gold mine.
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea how good you are.
Yeah, he posted like, I found him on Twitter randomly. He had some drawings of his own story that he was working on, and then he had like a Wolverine, a Batman, and then he had like a trio of characters he created. And I'm just looking through them going, there's no one who would draw Shinobi Sasquatch better than this guy.
Right.
And so I just took a shot in the dark. I knew he was working on something of his own, but I just had to ask. You never know unless you ask.
Right, exactly.
And he's like, yeah, why don't you send me over something, and I'll take a look at it. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I sent him like a pitch, like a quick pitch, and I think I sent him like a 20-page script with it, and he took like 2 or 3 weeks to get back to me, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a no. It's fine. I'll go with my plan B or whatever. But then he's like, yeah, dude, I'm like reading the script. Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
I had to actually go pull the video.
Oh my gosh, this is like turned into the cosplay hour. This is horrible.
Where did you get that hoodie? That's crazy.
Okay, seriously, here's the best part is I was talking to both of the creators from Oddity and they were like, you can't find a purple hoodie anywhere. And I was like, oh, honey, hold on. And I just started linking them purple hoodies and they were like, are you serious? I was like, oh, you think I didn't do my research? I went on Amazon. I was like, purple hoodie, zip up. And then I went through and I was like, not the right color, not the right color. Oh, that's perfect. And just grabbed it. And was like, yeah, there you go. It fits great too. It's super comfy.
It's got a real comic booky hue to it. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, honestly,
we get the all right towards the end. You suck.
Sorry. Whatever. You know what? I'm done with you and your weird parameters that you want me to have.
We still have things to do.
Oh, we do. We got to go over your tiers, Cal. You got to go over your tiers. They're so
okay. Maybe you guys can help me prune a few out. 12 is a lot to have at this late stage.
I mean, so I will say that while 12 is definitely a lot to have, at the same time, I'm actually a little sad some of the other campaigns when they go in demand, they pare down so much. Like I was just checking one today that used to have a ton of really cool tiers, and all of a sudden it has 2. Yeah. And I was like, but you had so many good ones.
Right.
And it's just like, yeah, we got 2 now. It's like, I'm so sad. Like I want you to have more than that.
Right.
This one you need to keep. Yeah, you definitely need this one.
Double Trouble 2.
Yes.
You get a black and white book and a color book. I mean,
for $40.
What else do you need? I know what else you need. You need some swag. Penny Saver. There's our digital. Penny is the girl character in it, so that there's a little pun there. Penny Saver.
I like it.
1,500 pennies.
Yeah.
Wait, 1,200 pennies.
Oh, it used to be $15. Oh my gosh, the typos.
It's okay, we got you. Look,
it used to be 15. It was $15 before we went live, but I changed it and then never changed the 1,500 pennies. Oh my gosh,
that's okay.
Stupid.
Hey, 111 people need to pony up a $3 tip each.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? Cal, you're so funny.
Solo
shirt.
Yeah, it's not Han Solo or any other Solo thing. It's just a T-shirt, and I have sold 6 of those. Straight.
So let me get this straight. It will not just be pictures of Solo cups on it.
It's a Solo cup, and you just see in the background, like you see like a really nice high rendered ping pong ball going into it, and then very back, really small, you see Shinobi. All the way back there.
That would be a cool shirt, actually.
And maybe a tiny little bit of beer splash.
Yes.
All right, so Simple Sasquatch, that's your book. That's just a color book.
Yeah.
And boom.
Heck yeah.
Simpler Sasquatch is our black and white tier with that cover, that awesome Halloween themed cover right there. That's some of it. It wouldn't let me put the whole picture.
Yeah.
But
you should throw that on your campaign.
Yeah, I could actually. Yeah, that cover. Gosh darn it.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it looks freaking awesome just in the postage stamp I see here. And
so if you remember, this is the one that I sent to you, and I was like, you need to look at the rendering on this. There's individual grass blades, like there's so much detail, so freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, if anyone starts wondering why it takes Rob so long to do a page, just freaking download a high res of one of his images and just zoom in. Every line has 3 passes. Every single crosshatch line has 3 passes. I mean, that's insane. But this is what you get when you have an attention to quality like that. So anyway, there's your black and white, and it's just a black and white book. And I should say this since we're on the black and white. If anybody has backed at another tier and they want to add a black and white book, they can DM me or message me through Indiegogo, and I'll give them a link for a secret tier where you get the black and white added on without any extra shipping and with that discount. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I've done a lot of those actually. Double Trouble 2, or no, that's just Double Trouble. So that's just 2 color books. That's for the, if you want to give one as a gift or you want to sell one on eBay, that's probably going to be a good idea.
Indeed.
And there's your.
So this is basically just like the other one, but 2 color instead of
one.
Gotcha.
Sasquatch style. It's just the book and the T-shirt.
I believe this is my tier. I think this is the tier I backed it. I want a T-shirt. Damn it.
Bag of swag. Awesome. So this one you get. I'm glad you have that up because I don't remember all the stuff. Wait, there's more. You get an 11 by 17 poster. I don't remember what we were doing for that. The cover. Okay.
Yeah.
The 11 by 17
poster.
Is a cover. The print is like a pinup. It's like a comic book page size, and it's going to be of the best, what we deem to be the best splash page in the book, which we don't know what it is yet. But whatever that splash page is, that's what that print is going to be.
Awesome.
Pinup. You also get, we're calling them sketch cards. That probably was a bad choice.
Art cards.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, you're going to draw just for me? No, they're sketchy. They're like Rob Willis, not
fully rendered.
Yeah, and it's what did I say? Sketch cards are the main characters. It's 3. It's Shinobi Sasquatch, Penny, and Bo the vampire.
Very cool.
So sketch. Yeah, so that's the stuff you get for what was that? Bag of swag.
Yeah, Is this Penny? I'm just curious.
No, Penny is on the cover. She is.
She's the kind of emo-y looking girl.
Yeah, she's
this one.
Yeah, she's wealthy, but she has chosen to live in solidarity with the homeless in Portland.
Oh my God,
that sounds like something that someone from Portland would do.
But she before she decided that, she went to university in the Pacific Northwest. So unfortunately, she got a terrible education.
Oh God.
And so but before that, she learned like anything that anything money could buy. She learned computer hacking. She learned like multiple martial arts forms, and so she's like actually a great sidekick.
She's a jack of all trades.
Yeah, but she has anyway, so she's a fun character. I kind of wish we would have marketed her more, because Heidi has gotten so much love, and I know that Penny's not invisible, but she's got a lot of charm, and we never really. I mean, Shinobi Sasquatch kind of sells it, so we never really went into her.
Well, so when you do book 2, then you can just focus a little bit more on her.
Yeah.
For your marketing, not necessarily for the book.
Yeah, no, she's a bigger player in book 2, so.
Oh, perfect. See? You were just waiting. You were waiting for the right moment.
Just don't send her to Evergreen College.
Okay, I don't know that, but I'm assuming it's very liberal.
It's so bad.
I like it.
Okay, so stylish swag. This is the same as the previous tier, but you add the T-shirt to it.
Gotcha.
Oh, I better have gotten this. Now I got to go double check, because if I didn't get this tier, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, Shae, you're not sharing your screen. Go ahead.
You can, if you find that you didn't do that one, just refund
I'll let
it.
you know.
Let me know, and I'll give you a refund, and you can do the other one. Sasquatch Army. That's 10 books, and I had several people say, hey, I'd like to send books out to people, or I think sell at a comic book store. And so we did that one, and hey,
$12.50 each.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
That's half price. There you go.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Okay, this is our newest drawn-in tier. We launched this in October with the new black and white, along with the black and white tier. And this is one of the so the new 12 pages are all flashback, and they're split up into how he became a ninja, how he became a werewolf, when he met Penny, and when he met Bo. So there's 4 kind of segments of backstory, and so this will have you drawn in to one of those sections as kind of a vital part of his past. So it's kind of it's a little pricier than the previous ones, but it's a little more important too. So
yeah, but that's neat.
Yeah.
So wait, if you're being drawn in as somewhat of an integral part of this pass, does that mean that you're going to show up more than once potentially, or are you just showing up on one page?
Well, most of that stuff was most of the flashbacks are like 50 years ago, so most of those people are probably dead. I'm meaning
throughout the flashback story.
Oh, throughout the flashbacks, yeah. I've outlined it, but I don't know exactly how many panels each person's going to be in. But there's definitely a possibility of being on more than one page.
Gotcha. Very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
And then the one that you're sold out of. Oh no, you still have one more.
Yeah, we have. We're selling 45 of our pages. We've sold 23 of those. We've actually sold more than 23 because I've done some secret tiers, like people who've done the drawn in and also wanted the page. I've just bundled them together.
Yeah.
People get drawn in and then they get their page, so that's pretty awesome.
Heck yeah.
That is.
Yeah. So that one's cool. Act now while supplies last. I don't think we're gonna run out of those, but hey, that's awesome. I mean, 23 times 300. This kind of stuff. I'm telling you, people. Anyone, if you're gonna do a campaign, there's no reason not to do. Unless you only do digital art, there's no
exactly. I was going to say that's what we've run into, and we've recommended that people sell art, and then they're like, "My artist only does digital and is unwilling to do anything." Yeah,
it sucks.
I have a way around it. I have a way around it. As someone married to someone who only does digital, right? So there are two different things that we have done. Either I will get some of his artwork printed up on a canvas. And number the canvas on the back. He will hand number them, or you print up and hand number the actual page. And so it's like you will literally have the only number one that will ever be, because we've numbered it number one. That is the only number one. If there's ever another one, it is a bootleg, a fake, whatever.
Right.
So there are ways around it, but it would involve like numbering and a signature and potentially printing up a certificate of authenticity or something like that to go along with it. But you can work around it. It's a little bit extra effort because you've got to go that extra mile to make sure that it's still something that's special and not just like I printed the digital of what I did, but it's still a possibility.
Yeah. Cool. That's something to think about. People doing a campaign. I mean, it's like that and the drawn in. That stuff is, like I said, it's just gravy. Like you're not paying for anything except they're getting the book still. But
exactly.
Yeah,
it's a nice profit margin for a tier, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then your last one was just getting drawn in as one of the extras of the cultists at 150, and that sold out.
Yeah, and we also had a be a Portland hipster. That was $100, and that one sold out too.
I'm shocked.
So I'm surprised it's not on there. It's funny.
Oh, you might have hit it.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should do that with that one too. That makes sense.
I feel like you should have put that one to be a hipster in Portland at like $5.
Well, I had a guy.
You don't get the book.
I had a guy do it as a gag gift.
Oh God,
that's great.
His buddy's a fan of the book, and he had him drawn in as a joke, as a hipster.
Right. That's totally something I would have Rob do for Shae, but Shae would be a tree hugging hippie.
Oh gosh, that's just mean. That's just terrible. Dang. Okay, so there's still so much left that you can get for your money with Shinobi Sasquatch, which I highly recommend. There's so many cool things in here, and the book is just gorgeous. It's one of the best books that I've seen out there from the indie scene, and you've more than doubled what your active campaign was, which is super, super awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to see you guys get a lot farther than 57, simply because I absolutely love this project. I think it's probably one of the prettiest things I've ever seen.
Thank you.
And the story seems super interesting.
It'll be interesting. That's all I can really. No.
I feel like that is the best way to describe it, because when you have a Sasquatch ninja werewolf that is going around, interesting is kind of about the only way to describe it, because everything else is gonna just like, I can't top that, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Literally anything can happen.
Yeah. It's got, like you were saying earlier, there's a lot of how much can you cram into it?
Right.
The character that's how he was created. I just was like, I was inspired by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was just like, I'm gonna see how many things I can get into one character, and and so I just started writing, and I wrote, ninja, werewolf, Bigfoot, demon slayer, and I actually added a MD at the end. And so he actually was a doctor in a previous incarnation, and the girl he saves, he actually diagnoses a UTI.
Oh my God.
But once I started seeing Rob's art come in, I was like, no, I gotta make this book a little bit less zany, just a teensy
like a hair.
Yeah, and then I met Vaughn with Monster MD, and I was like, okay, well, he's got the monster thing covered, so
It was great. He's got the monster and the doctor. Like, we don't got to do that.
Yeah, so
it's perfect.
But the story has like I told you a little bit. There's like a global, Illuminati style organization, but they also worship these old gods, like Lovecraft, but they're sisters. They're called the Vile Three, and they each of them have their own like kind of monsters that they can make.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's a ton of like, I don't know why, I just thought I'm gonna put everything I love into one book, and so it's all in there, and hopefully people like it.
So I feel like you're not going to be wanting for story to fill all of the pages that you are now delivering. Because you just kept adding. You're like, so keep throwing all the stuff in there until I'm, out of things that I love, and we'll just see where we end up.
Yeah. In fact, I took a few of the added pages and used those to let the comic book flow a little bit better, because I had crammed too much on a couple of pages. Rob actually did the double page spread instead of a single page, but it was on an odd even, and you can't do double page spreads on an odd even. They have to be on an even odd. So
right.
I actually had to add take 4 pages from the 2 pages from the extra pages, just to let that be in the right spot.
Right.
So but the comic is breathing a lot better now. The story is got a lot, it's got, I mean, honestly, I'd like it to be more like 90 pages. That would make it like flow better, but we're good. I mean, 84 is good.
I feel like 84 is phenomenal, and I'm sorry, Sai, I am talking in the chat, and I didn't want to not talk to Cal as well, so I didn't mute, and I feel like you can just deal with it. Ian.
I didn't see it. There's a delay between it popping up in the chat on StreamYard versus when you type it, so that's why I was dragging you about it. And I'm sorry, just 1 second, because there's one other thing I have to do. Let me get rid of the ticker. And I have our names turned off.
Why?
So that I can get us. We're collecting your cosplay, so this is for the screen.
This is my screen grab moment. Thank you very much for me.
So 113.50.
Okay, you're an ass.
You're very welcome.
Oh my god!
At least I remembered.
I was hoping you wouldn't. I was just like, just let it go. It'll be fine. All right. Well, this has been a super, super fun stream. It's an amazingly awesome project. It's been so much fun talking with you, Cal. It was great. We had Rob on earlier. So if you're watching, if you just showed up and feel like you might have missed out on some stuff, we did have Rob here, and he did talk a lot about his art. We covered a whole lot of really, really great stuff. So be sure to watch the replay. It's definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cal, for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Anytime.
Seriously, it's been such a blast. It's been really great. Make sure that you go and back Shinobi Sasquatch. The link is in the channel, and it'll also be in the channel description, so you have no excuse. It's got amazing quality art. There's still a bunch of tiers left that you can back, and a ton of awesome goodies that you can get. So do not forget to go and back those.
Yep. And everyone's Twitters, including mine and Shae, and both of our guests, Cal and Rob, all of those Twitters are down in the description as well.
Absolutely.
Right underneath the Shinobi link.
Go follow all of us, because why wouldn't you? Obviously. Yeah.
Indeed.
Thank you so much to my super awesome co-host and our producer, Sai, for all of your hard work with this. It's been amazing.
Thank you very much. And to my wonderful co-host, Shae, who keeps the ball rolling. We have a very insistent question that's been asked, multiple times. The chat moves right when I hit show this. So.
Rob Willis. No one
Rob
knows.
Huerto. Nobody knows. He's a figment of your imagination, and definitely not the guy who stole his 1-year-old's iPad to be on this show with us while ducking his family.
I'd like the record to show I'm ducking my family too.
Yes, we're just watching them walk by and give evil eyes as they pass. They're just like,
they think it's fun.
And thank you, Rob. That's very sweet of you. I try.
And I agree. She is the best.
Okay. Anyway, so make sure that you hit like, share, and subscribe. Everybody, we love you so much. Thank you so much for coming out to the chat. Thanks again to Cal. It's been so much fun, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye. Just keep waving.